word from the folks. I asked if we should do anything else. I think it's good that we're here. Sophie and I just went to walk someone to the church. They were meeting people. Maybe something to say in there is that the church right now is like we're doing like trauma stuff, and people like go into the church to regroup and
for the church up there or the.
Anybody else injured that wants to go to the hospital from this incident?
So for those of people who may have been affected by this at the church of the Westminster, which church is that? Sure, which one?
I'm guessing
the Methodist Church that has been designated a safe space. They're doing some trauma counseling and support for people who may have been affected or may have witnessed something that is potentially traumatizing. And so people watching, if you know folks that are out here that need a safe space, the Westminster Church, the Methodist Church, is there for a place.
Lee's offline right now, so keep going.
And yes, to go there if people need support. Again, emergency responders are out checking in with people that may have been injured, but the latest report, as people have been talking here, is that there was a third vehicle came at a very fast pace and plowed into the rear of this silver vehicle here, which in turn hit the maroon minivan, which obviously hit into a crowd of protesters and people out here nonviolently expressing their resistance to white supremacy. And so, again, unverified, but this seems like a targeted event, and the reports are that the vehicle in question has not been apprehended. So if people are watching and can put a call out to look for a damaged vehicle, which obviously would be front damage to the vehicle. If it's hard to see, but the rear of this. The silver car is severely damaged, so that would be some pretty serious damaging on the part of that car. And so as people are kind of taking everything in and kind of the shock of what happened, the military grade SWAT team has come out to push the stragglers off of this site, and so they also may just be here to cordon off the crime scene. So again, the police are out in heavy numbers, and I think everyone's really just trying to figure out what is really going on at the moment, because again, it's still a state of shock at the moment. So I think it's. It is very shocking because, like I said, people joined in together in this march down Water Street. Hundreds and hundreds of people occupying the streets in a feeling of solidarity and a feeling that Charlottesville is rising together to support each other and protecting each other's citizens against white supremacists and hate. And so for this event to happen right at this moment of mobilization and righteous resistance and courage, this event was shocking and very traumatizing for many people, I believe.
Make a hole! Injured coming through! Make a hole!
I need a bigger space! Stand up! I need a bigger space!
Hey, Mike! Hey, guys, just come this way a couple inches. There's nothing come by. Oh, I lied. I'm sorry. All right, guys, back on the sidewalk. Ambulance coming through. It's a HIPAA violation, man. They got to keep the privacy of their patients.
That's actually not true.
No, that is absolutely true.
You know what? It's a violation of you being here, and I said so. Get the fuck out. Turn your cameras off.
Get out of the road. can't stand here for 15 minutes. But I can do a few minutes. I'm trying to interview people and write a text story too. But if they're, I mean, I already sent in that video.
Get out of the road. Make room for the ambulance.
Do you want me to send
There's a
in more
brief
now?
altercation with a reporter from Reuters who was trying to film the injured folk.
Get out of the road.
Alright, I'm gonna go live now.
Hey,
And a lot
wait
of,
for the ambulance.
All right, stop crossing at the yellow. Just stop.
a lot of press is streaming in now to cover the incident.
Hey, are you guys okay? You okay? I'm in the news.
You fucking coward! You tried operation? Back up when you see the police here now. And we don't want them bothering y'all. It's all our family. So let's up, lady. Let's not give them room to do anything.
Now the police are closing in for what reason I don't know. They're blocking off the incident, and so that's what the police is doing. And that cheer you heard was people celebrating the fact that the injured have got out, that the ambulance has removed folks that were injured from the scene.
I want to get the...
Here, we can go down. Hey, we got another.
We have another injured individual coming through. Don't film this. Yeah. And so
Guys, they're bringing an
people are
injured person
still
through. Hold on.
bringing injured people through.
Just let him get through. That lady's hurt, guys.
And so now the police have cordoned this off as a crime scene. Dr. Cornell West is out on the street talking with protesters.
So be cool.
You said what?
Anybody injured? Need medical attention?
People got hit not in the car smashed into everybody because they was running over across here. I could see, I don't know where my camera was going, but I could see my eyes anyway. The car speedily trying to back up the street. Kind of missed the guy.
That way.
That way?
That way.
Are we allowed to go that way?
On the sidewalk, behind the fire truck. You're gonna have to move back. Move back.
Just sidewalk? We gotta get behind the fire trucks, y'all.
Sorry.
Alex, I don't know where Marty's went. You need any water?
We should.
Behind the fire
fire truck goes. Come back here.
Where's Amanda?
I've been asking if we would better start anywhere else.
Okay.
I haven't suggested.
Okay.
He just said. Main Street right now. I wasn't really might be able to stand up here.
For those of you who are just tuning in or have not been watching at the moment, we still don't have too many more details from what we know. There was a vehicle that drove very fast down 4th Street and rammed into two other vehicles. One was a silver sedan, and the other was a maroon minivan. And that act hit into a group of people marching down Water Street and turning the corner at 4th Street. So it happened at a moment when folks were really coming out in solidarity and in resistance and in a very peaceful and nonviolent communal action. And so I think for many, definitely for myself, it was shocking. Just because it was a moment when it, the feeling that I've been, that has characterized the whole day of collective action and diverse tactics towards, dismantling and critiquing white supremacy through protest, through peaceful and nonviolent protest. That it was a moment of it showed that Charlottesville and everyone who's come out to defend us today has mobilized together and resisting as a unit together. This event was really shocking. And now that, as you can see, the police have blocked off the scene and the event. The police were not close when any of this happened. So the Virginia State Police is trying to block off the crime scene and ensure that that people are not coming in. Those who were injured, I think 5 ambulances have come to remove people injured. Emergency responders who were really first on the scene, very quick, were responding with force, and they have been present to see if other people need assistance. And so now I think people are just trying to figure out what is going on and get a sense of the situation.
Update. I guess.
This just came in. This is just text message.
The police are pushing people back a bit more.
Might be a good time to move.
Back this way.
And the police are
Is that crowd over there?
And so, as you can see, the Virginia State Police are escorting folks down Water Street.
Just past this pole right here.
And just to increase the distance between people gathering to watch and the scene of the event.
All right, spread out and shut it down right here.
Do you want to, I can hold the camera if you want to. Or if you want to make a call to the base.
Okay. Yeah.
Or you can use my phone. How's your
Yeah.
brother?
Yeah.
Take that.
Can we send it off? So the police have escorted the folks down to move away from the scene, and as you can see, I think they're just trying to disperse the crowd at the moment. There is some activity, what it looks like, down towards between 3rd and 2nd Street. There's a number of there's a crowd that's gathered around what looks like a bank down there. So I don't know if there are any folks over there that that might be streaming this, but definitely check in. For those of you watching at home, you know, we still really don't have too much information about what happened. You know, as you may have heard, you know, there was an event where a car rammed into 2 other vehicles at a very fast speed, while hundreds of protesters were peacefully marching down Charlottesville's Water Street. It was a very shocking event that really came out of nowhere during a time when you know, the community was showing its love and support and solidarity with one another, and really coming out together to resist. It was a time when that was very apparent, as a bunch of different affinity groups came together in a show of unity and support for one another. At that time, you know, it shows the fierce love that people have for our community and for fighting against white supremacy. You know, this kind of event is something that is just very shocking. And again, we don't have any more information about at the moment. But this section is pretty well contained, and you see that the police here, a few of them are still maintaining a line, but for the most part they're letting the crowds disperse organically. And so, yeah, it's really, I think people are still just really shocked. So we're moving down to the downtown mall to see how things are developing.
You guys know what's the latest? Because we left for like 30 minutes and then came back and found out there was like
I'll meet up.
Oh, okay. I'm live streaming, so I don't want to do. Yeah.
I did. I was with her last weekend too. Family came on. Yeah, my dad is he's like the top guy in security at one of the houses.
So it looks like the police have set up a second crime line. So they're really closing down the whole block, the whole area.
so there was it was for sure one of the
I didn't see the car go through, but he's gone now. Supposedly, this is all fixed up. I didn't see, because I was coming back from like McIntyre and I saw some like state police behind me. And I think someone said at the sheriff. People were saying
So for some reason, my phone wasn't charging. So I'm low, but if you're low, we can.
the charge itself, like this has a lot of battery in it, so we don't have to worry.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So
I'll get up to like 25 and then give it to you.
Okay.
Or do you need it right now?
I might need it right now. What are you at?
I'm at 16, so.
Okay. Yeah, for some reason it was like just not. I should check that it's.
I can't decide.
If I should. Yeah, like it's not. Okay, there it goes.
I see National Guard coming.
So Sophie needs extra batteries too. So
I could give her. We could give her the other one if you see her. But it seems like they have.
Okay. Yeah.
And they said at the church you can charge batteries.
Okay. So they want us on the downtown mall?
Yeah. If the guard was moving, they were moving pretty fast this way.
Okay. Yeah, it seems like they blocked this area off too.
Someone is filming that direction. They're just getting a shot of it.
Oh, you mean one of us?
Oh no, I was just thinking something might be happening this way.
Oh, okay.
But
off? Is it just because of that thing that happened down here that they cordoned all this off?
I don't know. They cordoned it off.
We were here 15 minutes, 20 minutes ago, and it wasn't like this. And I don't know where we can go and where we can't go. We got to get back over that way at some point.
Yeah,
And the guard.
You might be able to walk up to High Street and then around.
Well, yeah, we can do that. I just don't know. I'd rather.
There's Dwayne.
Will, what you do, man?
I don't know.
Just where the accident.
They got it off. Was it here or was it down? It was down there. Where it was where the ambulances and stuff were all stationed down there. I just don't know whether we can get whether we'll let us across and walk over there.
Should we go up and
I
down?
love the fact that people like still.
Got to sell a lot of first names.
Is that the one on the...
Maybe we should try to go back to this church and talk to people about what happened. Or
It might be where Sophie is.
okay.
4th Street and Market Street. And as you see, the National Guard are here. In formation to do something. Yeah, a small group of white supremacists just walked by, and we're not sure their intents, but they look to be headed towards Jackson Park. And a number of other people are following suit. Again, the National Guard is assembled. So we're here on 4th Street and Market Street, and a group of white supremacists just walked by, followed by a series of other people resisting them. We see some police presence here in this location, although we're unsure of what their intent is. It seems that there is another group of police down at the end of this road, and they seem to be preparing some sort of action. There's a van too at the end of the road, presumably used for mass arrests. So I'm not sure what they're preparing for, if they have intel that we are unaware of. But you know, we are here.
Where should we do it?
So we're going to get just a little update for those of you who are tuned in. So let's just kind of get an update on what's been going on. Nick, can you help us out with what's happening?
Yeah. I've seen most of the things this camera's seen. I guess early started with really great morning rally with a lot of clergy were leading it. Students from University of Virginia. The professor read a great poem. Really good spirit. Which was, I guess, a good start because maybe 20 minutes later when we left the park, that's when I saw the first altercation with the fascist groups. This group, they walked into a roadblock and then they turned around and just kind of stormed through all of the anti-fascist and very non-violent protesters. This dude in a fox hat was kicking some guy on the ground. Maybe it was a woman. Someone was on the ground, and they kind of trampled through the church parking lot, even though the clergy told them not to. As private property, they came onto the property. That set the tone for the morning, I think.
That was at the beginning of the day.
That was early, 8:39. Yeah, like breakfast time. They were already trying to stomp on people, literally. But
there were some injuries to that. There were some people that were bleeding from the head and from.
Yeah, but people were strong. It's kind of makes your stomach turn to watch that and to be there for that. But people were strong. The clergy was strong. They were there. That church is now sort of a trauma center for both physical and mental, helping people out in both ways, especially because we just saw one of these fascists. Apparently, I was there, but there was so much chaos I didn't quite see it. Drive his car, could have been her, drive their car through on a large peaceful march.
And what was the feeling?
Just pepper spraying people,
right.
Close quarters.
They were hitting people with the butts of flagpoles.
Yeah, and some of it was people were throwing water bottles back and stuff, defensively. And I mean, compared to that, the march that was on was it was not that at all. It was walking through the town saying, fascists aren't welcome here, and it's coming through the mall, and I heard a bang. I think it was someone's fender getting blown, but everyone was scared by the bang, so some people saw what happened. I didn't see what happened, but people were saying car just sped through, and a lot of people didn't look in that good shape, but good organizing by seemed like anarchist groups, and medics were immediately, our medics were immediately on the scene, and so
now they're preparing for some action here.
Yeah, it's hard to say what, since the last 20 minutes we've seen more cops than either party. We'll see what happens.
Thank you. So right now we're between 4th Street and East Market Street, and there are 3 teams of police converging together at the corner, and it appears that these are Virginia State Police and members of the National Guard. Again, as folks have been watching and may know that there was an incident where a car hit into a parade of nonviolent protesters out resisting white supremacy and peacefully, nonviolently expressing their dissent to the hate that was happening today. We don't have much more information on how that proceeded, but people were injured and some people were escorted out. There were about 5 ambulances that came through, and as you see now, the police are mobilizing to do something that I'm not sure of what they're doing. So they seem to have a plan, but again, the protesters and are dispersed at the moment, and it's hard to see what their intent is. Maybe it's just to secure the scene in which the scene of the crime or the scene of the incident. Maybe they want to just have sort of a serious state of emergency type of lockdown of that area, so that they can assess the situation and see what happened. But again, like I said, they've cleared out a lot of people from that area. We were cleared out, so we don't have information about what is going on.
Spencer, they walked right past us.
Yeah, again, we don't have eyes on what happens, 2 blocks away from where we were, but it seems like now the police are turning down the downtown mall, and so.
You want to come up here and sit over here on these benches?
So they seem to be trying to close down that area as well, which is strange.
Try to use our sense to figure out what to do.
Okay. I think we should go down that way. So because the police are fanning out. So the police are fanning out down the downtown mall, and there might be some scattered people resisting white supremacy on the downtown mall. Though I'm not sure. We are going to get some more information. How are you?
You doing all right?
Yeah, I'm live streaming for defend-cville.
Yeah.
So we're just documenting things that have been going on here for different organizations like Surge and other folks. So we're live on a YouTube feed at the moment, Twitter feed. So
Are you down here where the car plowed into
yes,
the people?
yes.
You aware that the one young lady is died?
What's that?
Are you aware that one young lady died?
That is new information. So apparently there was one fatality of a young lady who was hit by the vehicle.
It was 7 altogether.
Seven injuries, 1 fatality. And again, information is coming in as we get it, but that is some new information.
We just asked. No, Kevin Two's not there yet.
And where are they? So there's a group of Virginia State Police entering into the downtown mall. So as you can hear, their whistles, and they are again, we're not sure the purpose of the deploying the police. Nothing to see here, folks. Nothing. I got some tape. What you got, some duct tape? I got some duct tape. You know why? It's fixed. It's okay.
I'm with you. This country has always hated black people, all the way down to slavery and the lynch mob and police terror. That didn't happen with Obama. But here's the thing, though. Donald Trump is about to take it to a whole other level. You have Jeff Sessions. Jeff Sessions, and what is he saying? He's saying that he's going to take the gloves off the police. Think about what that means. Think about what that means. Think about what that means. The police are already killing people and they're doing this. You know? It can get worse. It can get worse. They want to go back to the days of slavery. They want to go back to the days of slavery. That's what the Klan represents. And I have to say, yes, America, I say for myself, America's never been great.
Slavery is still happening. We can't go back to it. We are still slaves. What the fuck, man? We can't just do surface level information. All of this shit is just in the surface. What we see, we gotta do the research first, man. I feel like we got kids, so we need to without the inside outside of the What's going on? We don't need no distraction. We need to be a melanated unit. No distraction. What are you? What's up? Who's back on here? The fuck? There. That's the Halloween. Fuck you are. Halloween.
So busy. Literally what I was going to do.
I'll touch it. I'm not just saying.
Hey, doing well. Sorry, I'm live streaming, so I would have talked. But did you just arrive? Or?
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah. Well, shit is crazy. Yeah. But we'll see what happens. Yeah. Okay. Good.
I'm glad you're okay.
Kindness and goodness and faithfulness and kindness and self-control. These things are found with the Spirit of God within our bodies. The Spirit cannot go with us because God does not coexist.
Are they up on the feet? Because I feel like
God is completely good and God is completely
I told him
holy.
that we could use a break.
And if we are not good,
Yeah.
we are not holy,
Again,
then
right
we'll
now
be
it's
separated from the Holy One of Israel.
recording the ground. But
The gospel of Jesus is that we should be made righteous again
Church on lockdown.
through faith
Someone pulled a gun outside
in
the church.
Jesus Christ. And being cleansed by faith, we can receive the Holy Spirit again.
Oh shit, I'm at 1%.
And it's the Holy
I get low.
Spirit that delivers us from sin. work.
Yeah, I'm on 5%. I don't know how
our own works. We can't come to God by that way. But it's through Jesus that we can have the Holy Spirit living within us. And it's the Holy Spirit that will deliver us out of addiction, will deliver us out of hatred, deliver us